I like it, but I gotta do something with it. Maybe I should put on some bell bottoms. Go back to the black Michael Jackson days. Because the white Michael Jackson had, I don't know what the heck happened there. Reverse vitiligo. Anyways, how do you know you're disabled? I'm making this video because I made a video on disability before and the differences in having disability. What up? Yeah, and the differences in having disability. And this topic is definitely not for everyone. There are some people on my channel who are not necessarily a certain age, but you might have worked in a certain job type. How am I doing it? You know what? You know what? I'm glad you asked. I'm doing okay. I haven't been doing a lot of moving around. Bust a shower, got something to eat. I haven't lifted anything. That's when I get in trouble. You know, because my mind is like, you can do it, going out there, and but my body is just like, go ahead, see what happens. You're gonna pay for it. So I'm doing okay because I've been listening to my body instead of my mind. Been hanging in there. How you doing today? You all right? Everything cool? In whatever city we had tornado warnings, no flash flood warnings last night. The weather here in Ohio has just been crazy because we had tornadoes. Anyway, so disability. How do you know you're disabled? Okay. Other than going to see a disability doctor, and yes, there are doctors who specialize in disability because you need to sign a paper. So the disability process is this: you think you're disabled. So what you do is you go to a doctor, and when you see this doctor, he, she, whoever, or they, it's usually one. You go see your PPO, and when you're talking to your PPO, you tell them what the problem is. You was in pain for a few weeks because of a sore right arm. The doctor told me it probably was a sore muscle, so I couldn't work out. Yeah, but that's not something that'll disable you permanent. What I'm talking about, well, there's temporary and there's permanent disability. That's something that'll temporarily stop you from doing arduous work. You know what I'm saying? But it won't stop you from sitting at a desk and typing a letter. You know what I mean? But it'll stop you from lifting, like you said. You can't pick up boxes and stuff like that. You might even have a problem with a forklift if that's what you do. And if it's your writing arm, then you might not be able to, write correctly. It depends on what muscle you pulled and how bad the pull is. Yeah, so you're looking at a temporary disability on that, but it depends on what the pull is because if you if you pull a muscle to the point where the muscle actually uh, detaches from where it innervates, that's a whole different project. You are temporarily disabled. It, like I said, depends on what you do. If you're a telephone operator, it might be different if you just got to push a couple buttons. But if you're, somebody who uses that arm all the time for your job, then you are temporarily disabled, and you should seek some type of compensation. What's gonna happen is you're gonna go to your doctor. The doctor's gonna tell you can't use this arm, which automatically qualifies you for to be at least looked at. Then you're gonna make a claim. Once you make your claim, it may take you 3 times to get that done. So it might take you a year and a half. So it took me 3 times for me to get actual disability. Um, Now, of course, they pay you from the day that you made your claim, so you get back pay. However, when you make your claim, if you're making money when you make your claim and then they pay you from the day you made your claim, they're going to look at your, because it's federal, they're going to say, well, you made, $5,000 during the time, of your year and a half, which is definitely not what you usually get paid. So, you know what I'm saying? They're going to say, well, you made the $5,000. So if they pay you $20,000, that's what you get after your lawyer. So your lawyer might get, $2 or $3,000. But if they pay you $25,000 or $20,000, then they're gonna say, well, we gave you $20,000, you made $5,000, we overpaid you $5,000. So they're going to ask for that $5,000 back, probably about 4 or 5 years down the line. They're gonna send you an overpayment notice, or even shorter if you had a temporary payment. Yeah, I have a autism, but I don't let it define who I am. I kind of used to that define. Well, okay. I, you know what? Here's the thing. You gotta be careful about what people say about people who have certain issues, because you could not want somebody to look at you and go, you have this, and because you have this ailment or restriction of some type, this is how you are. You're like, I'm not letting it define me. However, if you're like, I'm strong, I'm not going to let this define me. However, if it's slowing down your income, don't listen to none of that. If it's slowing down your income and the government can help you match that income, go for it. Go for it. Because for a minute there, I felt bad that I was on disability. Now I don't feel so bad. You know why? Because I can't do anything near what I used to do. I can't. I can't. Like, I lift weights, but I can't lift weights with my back. I can't bend down and constantly pick up 20 pounds. And 20 pounds, man, I picked that up all day. Not anymore. I can't do it. I can't sit in a chair for day after day, hours and hours on end. I'm in pain right now, just sitting here, but I don't like taking painkillers. So there are just some things that I just can't do anymore. Uh, I was actually looking at some jobs I was, strongly considering. One of them was being a teacher at a college. I don't want to teach at high school. Right now, high schools are going crazy, and some little girl look at you wrong, it's all over. One whisper, I don't want that noise. College is different. You're grown. You know, you look at me funny, I look at you funny. You going about your way, I going about mine. I can't lift the deadlift, by myself. I would need help. Yeah, now see, now I can deadlift, but I can deadlift once. I can't work out and deadlift constantly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I could deadlift over 400 pounds, and I know I can because I can deadlift 300, 315 like it's nothing. However, the pain that I would be in would have me laid up for 2 weeks. I'm just finished. I just don't have that type of strength, or I don't have that type of like, my back is lit up. My T3 through whatever, they're swollen in between, your vertebrae. It's swollen in those, and then I got spinal stenosis, and that's what the doctor told me. I had stenosis, so that's just a pain in the neck because it hurts every day. So, you know, It's just not good. And they told me, they say your situation's just going to get worse. You're always going to be in pain. So it is what it is. So I don't go out and provoke it every now and then. I live by myself. I might have to move something heavy. I have to do that. I can't call up Joe Schmo and come had him come in here and do it now without paying an arm and a leg. I just do it. So this is why I go to the gym, because I have to still be strong for me. You know, I don't have no woman, no kids, no nothing. I can't depend on nobody. So I have to go to the gym. It's a crazy cycle. You know what I mean? It's not, oh, I want to go to, no, I have to go to the gym. I have to get in there and bench press and lift over my head and do all things with my legs. I have to, because I'm on my own, but I got this ailment that's never going to leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be in this type of pain. And and the doctors are like, you need to go to the gym. They tell you, go to the gym, go swimming. I go swimming too. So, but if you know you have a disability, you can't do the work that you used to do. And that's it. And you can, like I said, when you file for disability, you don't get it right away. It depends on what it is. Because some mental disabilities, they review differently. They asked me recently about depression and, and stuff like that. And yeah, you get depressed when you get depressed when you can't go out and be that person that you used to be. It's depressing. So I'm like, yeah, of course I get depressed about it. I'm overweight. My face ain't supposed to be this damn big. I'm not as, what I'm saying? I'm strong. I can still bench press like I used to, but I can't get out there and run. I mean, your relationships differ, because you just can't put forth the energy like you used to. And it's not because you're older, it's simply because you're in pain. So, you can't go out there and run like you used to because your knees are lit up because you're overweight. It's a vicious cycle that can can take you off the planet. Yeah, a couple of young ladies that holler at me, "What up, man?" Every now and then, but for the most part, I don't really holler back. Uh, that's because of my tolerance level. When you're in pain all the time, you have a very low tolerance level, and I have a low tolerance level. I don't have time. Uh, uh, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time, patience for the bull crap. And women they love to test you. They love to try you. They love it. They try you, when other men are around, they want to, see, what you're going to do. I will leave a chick at a bus stop. I will leave you right now. I don't, and I'm a sweet dude, but once I see it, I just tell them, look, I'm gonna leave you right here, like we're finished. We're finished. Like it's not funny to me, because I wouldn't do it to them. But so I just, I might go out to eat every now and then. I'm okay with that. But to put up with the nonsense and the yakking and the talking back to you like you crazy, I have no space. I have no space, no energy for that. I had a woman yell at me once, man. She yelled at me and she was on her way into the ladies' room. When she came back out of the bathroom, I was halfway home. She didn't even hear my car start. I was out. I'm not fighting with you. I have a choice. I live by myself. I have my own car. I have my own money. I don't need you. I don't. I have no need for you at all. You know, I was there because I wanted to be. She called me on the phone. Where'd you go? I said, I'm halfway home. That was that. So in anyway, so how do you know you're disabled? You need to see a doctor if you're disabled. Now, when I got into my car accident, because that's how I got disabled. When I got into a car accident in 2013, uh, that was it for me. I was already hurt, but that was really it for me. And here's what you don't know: when you get into a car accident, you always look at the external damage on your body, and then you calculate that damage in your head by what you see. But of course, after shock has gone away, then you got the way you feel, and then you start calculating the damage. So you're just like, oh, my this ain't right, my that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of that comes from your muscles being tense. So when you get into a car crash, especially head on, like I did, you grab the steering wheel, you tense up, and you brace yourself. Well, when you do that, your whole body locks up, and all that shock goes right into your back. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Right through your arms, right through your legs. Boom. All that energy just goes right into your back. So you're jacked up and you don't even know it. You're just like, okay, I have one or two scratches or whatever. No big deal. You don't even want to go to the hospital because you're a man. I don't want to go to the hospital. Shoot. I didn't go to the hospital that weekend, but I went that Monday. And eventually my body started hurting on the inside. And I was like, oh. And then I went back to work. And when I went back to work, it just hit me at once. Would you believe that a video game can make you get better? A video game can make you get better? Depends on what it is. Depends on what the video game is. If it is it an exercise of some type, like a mental exercise, physical? It depends on what it is. We talking about spiritually, you know. Yeah, I believe that just anything telling you, sending you positive energy, that can make you feel better. Yeah, I wouldn't say. And then there's some games that are actually therapeutic. There's some games that they're interactive. You're not just sitting there pressing a button. You're like the Wii. So yeah, I believe that there's some exercises with the Wii that are beneficial to you when it comes to stretching and things along that line. The NBA player named Jordan Bell said NBA 2K made him better. But we don't know what was wrong with him. You don't know what was wrong with him. So to say that sitting there playing that game made him better, we don't know what his diagnosis was. So that's just hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? What's your diagnosis? How did it make you better? How long did it take for it to make you better? Because the NBA 2K could be a placebo. So the game didn't make him better. He just thinks it's making him better. So if he thinks it's sending positive energy to whatever his ailment is, boom, next thing you know, he's better and he's blaming it on the game. He's giving credit to the game. This game made me better. No, that game did absolutely nothing for you. You felt some type of cathartic, stimulation from playing the game, some enjoyment, you know what I'm saying? And that enjoyment numbed the pain of your injury. And as long as you were, getting stimulated from playing this game, it kept your mind off of, your injury. And eventually, you healed regularly, but you didn't feel the pain as much, So it could be a placebo. And, things work like that. This is why doctors try to tell you things that is not helping, but they're trying to get something to add your own defenses, to get your own defense mechanisms to wake up and give you some type of euphoric feeling to help you through whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have art therapists. That's what they're doing. Music therapists. You know, there's all kind of caliber of therapy now. You got dogs for, veterans and stuff like that, and cancer patients. That's exactly what that is. It's giving them a euphoric feeling to help them keep their mind off of really what's going on with them. Instead of facing it. So uh, which is a good thing. I'm with it all day. But yeah, that's how you start knowing that you're disabled when you can't do the job that you used to within the job description and like you used to and to your peak performance. Then you need to go see a doctor. uh, and the sooner you go see the doctor, the better. Because when you start seeing a doctor, then you have it's documented. Because what the government's going to do is they're going to send you to a nearby doctor. They're going to send you to their own doctor. And if that doctor says the same thing as the other one did, then you're looking at your claim being better. And it could be okay. So I have a back injury, right? So when one doctor diagnosed me, I he gave me one diagnosis, and I actually went to three doctors. One doctor was like, "You have spinal stenosis." Another doctor was like, "Well, you're, you know, through your back, you have your I forgot what they were called, but nonetheless, they could be ruptured if you do something the wrong way. You're gonna be in pain, yada yada yada. You need therapy." So these doctors were telling me different things, but they were all in the same area. So basically, what that came down to is I had more than one problem, uh, and I could aggravate and make my problem a lot worse if I did certain things. So one therapist said, he said, "You better be careful because you could paralyze yourself." And I was just like, "Okay, I'm not trying to do any of that." So that's another reason why I don't go to the gym and pick things up off the floor a lot. I don't even go to the job I used to, work at and do that type of work anymore. I just don't. I worked for a temporary service that worked at Honda. I haven't been there in years. I remember my last day too, because I was picking up well, basically, I was quality control. And I liked those jobs. I did. I liked it. Um, so basically, you pick something up, you inspect it, you put it in another box. And it could be, some small transmission part, some small engine part. You pick it up, you look at it, you inspect it, boom. And it doesn't take long either, but you do it all day. And each part might weigh 20 pounds. So you're picking something up, you're looking at it, you're putting something in the box. You're not dropping it in the box. You're placing it in the right slot. So it's taking you a minute to boom, and it's in the right because all those parts are delicate. All those. This is for the Hondas. All that's delicate. You can't mess up none of that because they're all expensive, all delicate, and a lot of what you have is probably already sold. So this belongs to somebody's car. You know what I mean? That's the one good thing about Honda is their sale and resale value is high. So I can't see them going out of business anytime soon. Nonetheless, but because of the putting it down in the bent over position, there's no spec that says do it like this. You get it in there how you can, and you got to keep up with everybody else. There's no old man Tone is going to do his slower. No, keep up with the 18, 19, 20 year olds in there doing the same thing. Even people who are older than you who are not hurt doing the same thing. You got to keep up. So you boom, one person pick up, pull down, same thing. I can no longer do those jobs. I can't do them. And I used to do a lot of marketing and promotion. Now I do it every now and then. I just had a job last weekend for 3 days. Kicked my butt. Back killing me, feet hurting. I'm like, I just don't want to face the reality that I can't do this stuff anymore. And I just got, and look, I just got 5 emails with, because there's a car show. You know how much money that is? There's a car show, and they're paying $25 an hour on one. That's not even a car show. There's this one job in Akron, $25 an hour. Uh, I would make $225 for one day. One day. I'd make $225 if I did that job. One day. I just got an email today. They're paying for the car show coming up in July. Uh, it's paying $24 an hour. Another job I was looking at paying $18 an hour. It is just ridiculous. But they all want you to stand for 9, 10 hours on your feet. Then they want you to load up the truck and unload the truck or pack it up. Or I can no longer do these jobs constantly. Now, 10 years ago, or so, I would have been like, I'm about to get money. Because that's what I did while I was going to school. I was doing marketing and promotions, or I'd go out there and work for Honda. And then when I made enough money, I'd take a couple days off. Then I'd go right back out there, get a nice promotion. I would travel 2, 3 hours. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Sleep in the back of my truck. Had a bed in the back of there, everything. Man, shoot, I was getting that guap, son. Because when the wintertime came on, I slowed down. Yeah. Ways. So, for those of you who are disabled, I think everybody's gone, but I'm going to keep talking. For those of you who are disabled or think you're disabled, you know you're disabled if you can no longer perform at your peak performance. You can't keep up anymore. If it hurts, you're in constant pain from something that might have happened to you, even if it's a sprain. You might want to look at that. But the problem is your employer. Your employers don't like when you make claims because they pay you for your insurance. Plus, productivity. So when the employer looks at your productivity and sees that you are no longer productive in this area, they want to get rid of you. And some of them, especially in an at-will state like I'm in, Ohio, do get rid of you. But the problem is when your employer gets rid of you, they keep forgetting that there's something called BWC, which is Bureau of Workmen's Comp. And, you can go to Bureau of Workmen's Comp and then make a claim there. So you can start off at BWC if you get injured on the job. This is not a sprain or something. This is something happened at the JOB. Now I can no longer, move in boxes or whatever. Or you got carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel is a real thing. So you got carpal tunnel. Some of you ladies who do a lot of typing, you got carpal tunnel. You can't do this. You can't. stiff neck, whatever. You got some of these issues. You make a claim. You tell your employer. You start seeing a doctor, and your employer's like, you know what, Lisa, Lisa, can I call you Lise? Lise, can I call you Lise? Pack up all your things and go ahead and get out. Yeah, bye. But why? What's today? It's Thursday. Yeah, because it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, bye. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. You're like, I got you. All right. Next thing you know, security is escorting you out. That really happened. Happened to me. Happened to some people I know. They really do this. I was like, okay, I got you. You gonna do me like that? Happened to me once. I was like, oh, y'all just escorting everybody up out of here. Big security guys at the front, like I'm gonna fight to stay at a job that don't want me. You don't want me? Okay, fine. I just looked at them. I was like, I'm not fighting with you cats. Y'all not putting me in jail. Shoot, I was in Paris and a couple days after that. I was gone. And I filed for unemployment. That's the first thing I did. As soon as it was over, I was like, all right. I filed for unemployment and I got it because, I fit the parameters in which, you're allowed to apply for unemployment. I worked there for months. I worked full time. It was a legitimate place, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't quit. If you don't quit, they fired you, and it wasn't something that was your fault. They basically got rid of a lot of people. That's not your fault. I went on unemployment. I was like, okay, I'm fine on unemployment. Went and did that. Was like, I'm cool. And then somebody got me a ticket to England, and then we went to Paris, and that was it. So, if you are disabled, file for disability. If your employer, you know, cancels your Christmas, go ahead and get your money, boo. Go ahead and, call BWC. Go see a BWC lawyer. Go see a BWC doctor. Have everything documented. You know what I'm saying? Margie, Margie in HR. You know how Margie is in HR. Margie be tripping in HR. Don't she? Her and her friends, they be laughing when you get fired. You know what I'm saying? You be like, okay, Marge, that's the way it is up in HR. Because, women control HR. They be laughing at you because you ain't got no job. You be like, oh, you too, Susan? Damn, Elise. It's like that. I thought we was cool. We used to eat lunch together at least. You like that too? Yeah, Elise like that too. They all like that in HR. Yeah, they all like that. It's a game to them. They like that in HR. And Jonathan got to play along. You know why? Because if he don't, he going to be the next one laughed at. It's real Game of Thrones in HR. So John will be like, yeah. You be like, all right, John. Elise, why you tripping? Because you was in my DMs on Instagram. Elise, talk crazy. You was in my DMs, and I was like, you just go ahead and hit him up. File for unemployment immediately online. Like my dude got fired from this job, right? He was working at Planet Fitness. And he was working there for 2 years. One day I ain't see him no more. I saw, another chick that worked there. I was like, yo, where homeboy at? Yeah, they fired him. I was like, why? She said, manager just came in one day. I remember the day too. Just came in one day and said, hey, we're going another direction. Like he really used that. He was like, yeah, we're going another direction. You're fired. They really say this. We're going in another direction. What direction are you going? And why can't I go in that direction? Bro, I can't move a little to the left, a little to the right. I can't do none of those. I can't get diagonal. 90 degrees is too much. 45 degrees, no. How about 33 and a third? I can't rock with 33 and a third. I can't 33 and a third. What direction you going? North, south, east, or west? Where we going? South by southwest? Homeboy, I can go south by southwest. You ain't got to fire me. Just tell me, south by southwest, let's go. Nope. You can't go south by southwest, 33 and a third. You are fired. Jam on it. You got to do me like that. Homeboy, it was Mike and whatnot. Mike came in and was just like, yeah, Jerry, we're going a different direction. And you're fired. Pack all your stuff. Goodbye. You can't do that. This is an at-will state. And this is a private company. I jam well can do it. And I just did. You have a good day. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Okay, bye. And left. That was it. Shoot. I saw Jerry again. Came right back in the same spot to see his girl. I was like, I heard what happened to you, bro. He was like, yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. I said, did you file for unemployment? Because he a young dude, 20s. I was like, nah. I said, how long did you work for here? He said 2 years. I said, was it part-time or full-time? He was like, full-time. I was like, they owe you money. File for unemployment immediately. Do it online. It doesn't take long at all. Just a couple minutes. Bro put in a claim, and then I saw his girl. His girl was, I was like, how's your boy Jerry? Did he file for it? She was like, yeah. He got a notice like in a couple days, and he started getting his first checks right away. And stay on it. If you need an extension, file for a 6-month extension. You know what I mean? Because you paid into it. And as long as you paid into it, they owe you money. So those of you who think you are out of it because your job did you some kind of wrong song, you're still in it. You just might not know. And your pride is all hurt because you're young and strong, and now you ain't getting no money. File for unemployment. Go see BWC. You know what I'm saying? Go see Bureau of Workman's Comp and get with them. All they can tell you is no. You might have to call a BWC lawyer. They're going to take a third of what you get. But shoot, you might get 10 G's. And now you run around with 6,000 in your pocket. Pay off some of that back rent. You still got what? 4 G's in your pocket? Hold on to it. Keep up on all your bills. And look for a job because that ain't going to last long. Don't go out and do stupid stuff like some people I know do. Don't go out partying. I got 4G. Man, that money gonna run out quick. Put that money in the bank. Start planning it out. Rent, 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 rent. Don't pay your rent ahead. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna pay 6 months rent ahead. Don't do that. They'll find a kick you out and keep your money because it says they will not refund your money. So don't do that. Just boom, rent this month got you. Light bill, everything good. No disconnect notice. Gas. Get rid of your cable. Get rid of your cable. Some of y'all got cable with 600 channels that y'all never watch. Get rid of that. What y'all got that for? What y'all got cable with 600 channels y'all never watch? What do y'all watch? What do y'all watch? Who has that type of time? You got the cooking channel, then you got the cooking channel two, then you got the cooking channel plus cooking, and then you got the other channel where they cook on that channel too. You watch? You got the new chef, you got the old chef, the sous chef, the you know the same man. What y'all be watching? So yeah, I just want to talk about disability because I think that a lot of you young people are unaware of the benefits that are acclimated towards those who actually get off their butt and go to work. These benefits are it's the American system that's set up for you, and you're paying into it, fight and all that. Look at your check. You're gonna see that you paid into like 5 different things you ain't even know about. You be like, who's this? What? What is this I'm paying into? Start asking questions. Shoot, when I get taxed in 3 different places besides federal. Okay? I'm like, why am I getting taxed in the city, in the county, in the borough, in the township, in the school district? Like, I should be getting taxed from the city, maybe the county, and maybe the school district, but they got me taxed in 2 different cities. Bro, what is going? And I'm not getting no money back from that. Nah, nah, bro. Anyways, oh, here. If you're disabled, register as soon as you can. Now, some of y'all don't want to lose your job. I feel you on that. Because if you file for disability, you're going to lose your job. I feel y'all on that. I'm not mad about that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was, working back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted a family. I wanted to be that dude. I wanted to be that, you know what I'm saying? I had a name for him. But nonetheless, I wanted to be that man. I wanted to be that dude with the good job. So the honeys can stay with me because I realized that the women, they didn't want to stay with me. They just wanted, to get some goodies and then be out. And I was like, the only thing that's going to change this is if I didn't live in a 1 bedroom apartment and drive an old truck. Maybe I get a chick to stay with me. Rich guys get left too. But I wanted a family. And despite the fact that everybody gets left, if Beyonce got cheated on, then there's no hope for anyone. There really isn't. If Jay cheated on Beyonce, then there's. See, only Jay could do something like that. Like, yeah, like, look, Mama, I know you worth 300 mil, but I'm Papa. I'm worth, you know, 4 times that. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Only Jay could do that. How do you cheat on Beyonce? I'm so I know it's off topic, but it just hurts my feelings to look at Beyonce and then think about cheating on her. It just, you can tell I'm normal and I'm not rich, and she wouldn't want me because I'm normal and not rich. But even if I was rich and I'm a really good loyal dude, she wouldn't want me. She need a She needs somebody with that edge. She would run all over me. She'd cheat on me. Right in front of me. She'd run me right over. And laugh about it. But I'm just saying, for those of you with disabilities, file for disability. I know you're gonna lose your job. You know what I'm saying? You got that good paying job too. Ooh. Oh, some of y'all got that good state job. Oh, that state job. Some of y'all got that good county and city with the pennies. Ugh. Oh, I was looking at some jobs today for the state. Y'all know I'm educated now. I could say that. You know, I got a college degree, 4 years. Like this dude I know had a 2 year degree. He run around, you know, no money, homeless. Homeless. He ended up homeless. He ended up staying with me. Now he lives with his girl. But he looked good. All the women would be after him when they see us together. They'd be jocking on him, and I'd be like, "This dude live with me." But they'd look at me like I ain't nothing. I'm like, okay, all right, I ain't nothing but this dude. I'm like, pick wisely, choose wisely, cause you gonna choose wrong. It's gonna be lights out. Yeah, he look good, but all that glitters ain't gold. But he got a 2 year degree. I ain't mad. He got a 2 year degree. But I have a 4 year degree. Anyway, so I was looking at jobs under Health Service Administration, and one of them was paying. Shoot, if I had a master's degree, there I saw a job that was paying 120. Whoo wee, for an administrator, man, that'll pay back your student loans right there. I was like 120. I was like, heck yeah. But then they had one that was paying it was paying 100. It was paying 100 for a regular college degree, and I was just like I can get into that. Like, oh, I'll take that. It was paying 100. I was like, okay. And I was looking at the one for the CDC. They were paying $126,000 for you to travel, but you had to go to Peru. So I was just like, nah, bro, I ain't rocking with y'all. I ain't messing with y'all. I ain't going to Peru. Another one was in the Congo. Like, nah, I'm not rocking with none of y'all. I'm not rocking with y'all. Anyway, it's your boy Tom Chua too.